Championship weekend coming up for the Ironhead Sprint Series as they've got a doubleheader at Southern Oregon Speedway kicking off Friday, September 15th and concluding on Saturday the 16th. We grabbed a word with the defending series champion as well as current point leader Camden Robustelli. That interview coming up next on Inside the Ironhead Sprints after this brief message.
Dave's Home Supply specializes in cabinets, flooring, and countertops. Visit their website at daveshomesupply.com to look at products, services, financing, and even a free estimate.
Current point leader headed in the championship weekend for the Ironhead Sprint Series, and that is Camden Robustelli. And Camden, you are returning to a side in which you've had success over the years of your career, and last time the IHS Series was there, you won both rounds, swept the weekend.
Yeah, Medford's a good track. It's our home track, and always like being out there with all of my friends and family, and we pull a pretty good crowd, and track's been shaping up pretty good, and seems like each and every year they've been getting the track better, and I've been listening to the racers and stuff, especially in the sprint car division, and all in all, it's been a very positive place to race.
A question I like to ask a lot of drivers is there's the old Medford, 1996 to 2019, and there's the new Medford, 2001 to present. And what are some big differences that you have noted between the two different configurations? Because it seems like it races a little bit different.
Yeah, I honestly like the new configuration because, especially with the sprint cars, it was really hard to get the track turned in enough where it was actually racy. I felt like it was very bottom dominant and just hard to pass. And I feel like now with the new configuration and how they're prepping it, it dries up a little bit better and allows us to move around the track a lot more, which is nice.
What's really been nice is your season with the Ironhead Sprint Series, their sophomore year, and you've already put together in 8 rounds, 4 feature victories at 3 different tracks that they visited at. It's just been simply amazing. You swept the weekend on August 11th and 12th at Willamette, won the first night of 2 at Willamette in June, and then won the second race of the season, the Douglas County Dirt Track, in early May.
Yeah, it's been an awesome season. I feel like we've had 2 good seasons last year and this year, and I feel like this last half of the season, our team's really been clicking and really dialed in and focused on what we're good at and just made sure our car's in the right place. And I've been driving and making sure to not put it in too bad of positions and stuff, and make sure we're in a position to contend for the win at the end. And all in all, it's been really positive. I can't thank TJ and Stacy enough, and Stevie and my dad. It's a big team effort, and I just get to drive it, and they put in a lot of work behind the scenes. So it's been a good season, and can't wait for the upcoming races.
I know that you guys, when I say you guys, you and your dad, Triple R Motorsports, have kind of juggled between the sprint car and the dwarf car, but really for this year, you haven't did too much dwarf car racing. Your primary focus has kind of sort of been the sprint car side of things.
Yeah, it's been a different turn this year, especially. I started on a new job and been focusing on that a lot, and it's been like our off weekends on the sprint cars ended up being out traveling for work and whatnot. So I haven't been in the dwarf car too much, but we've actually made some really good strides last weekend with the dwarf car, and it's been fun. We finally clicked on a couple of things, had some bad luck at Medford, but all in all, it's been a very positive year, and excited to get back to the track this weekend.
And last time you guys were in action with Ironhead Sprint Series, Willamette Speedway, and as we mentioned, you won both nights, but it seemed like it was a tale of 2 nights. One of them, you were able to get the race lead late, and the other one you were able to get the race lead earlier, but the difference was obviously the outcome was the same for both features.
Yeah, it was honestly kind of nice where I was starting in both of those. I started behind Jake, and he was definitely the car to beat those 2 races, and most of the time he is the car to beat. And it was just nice because he doesn't know which way I'm coming, and kind of just seeing where I'm faster than him. And then by the time I get to him, I'm on the fastest piece of track. So it's kind of hard for him to adjust until I get by him, in which it's pretty hard to pass once either him or I get in a rhythm in the fastest line around the track. So it worked out really well. And our guys have been hitting the car, dialing the setup really nice. It's been easy on me. I just got to make sure to keep the car out of the wall and keep it on all fours, and we're pretty good.
Well, and we were talking before we conducted this interview that haven't spent a lot of time at Southern Oregon Speedway this year.
Yeah, it's but I don't think that's too big of a factor this weekend because I've ran a lot of laps there. I mean, I grew up in Medford and ran a lot of dwarf car laps and sprint car laps and all that. So it's, even though we haven't ran there, we know exactly what to expect, and I think we'll be good. Same with the other guys. Most of the guys in the series, the majority of their laps and seat time has been at Medford. So I feel like the competition kind of gets closer when we run at Medford, just because everybody's got a lot of laps there.
No doubt, and that's something really unique about this series, and it's kind of cool that they ended at Medford. Last year was Willamette, but this year ending it at Medford, where like you said, there's a lot of teams that are based out of there or live nearby, and I think that's kind of a fitting tribute to Bow Out.
Yeah, I like ending it there too, because especially our team and stuff, it puts a lot less wear and tear on our stuff because we're right in our backyard. So it's nice when if you do good, then you're just a couple minutes away from home. If you do bad, luckily you don't have to take a trip from like Elma with a watered up race car. You don't have too far to go, so that's always nice. And it's always good we'll have extra family and friends out there, and it always makes it a good time.
Well, and it can't be overstated enough that this series is really cool how it's built, with the exception of in July where the Friday night program was at Willamette and then Saturday was held at Grays Harbor Raceway. It's 2 races a weekend, kind of the National Guard sort of program, kind of. But, 1 weekend a month, and it's always at the same track with that one exception we mentioned. And that has got to help you guys a lot as far as you don't have to be worrying about, scrambling to the next racetrack or any of that nonsense. You guys are there, you're established. If something happens bad, you have basically a whole night to figure it out versus some of that being interrupted with travel time or anything like that.
Yeah, the 2-day shows are awesome. I really like them, especially when we're traveling out of town. From most of our guys are from Medford. I really like that, and I also like the break like once a month that we do, because these cars, this class, the budget that most every team has, we're not able to run every weekend. It's really tough, especially, I mean, when you win, it's great, and you just about break even. So being able to have breaks and get all the cars repaired and stuff, and some guys are racing almost paycheck to paycheck, so it's really nice to have those breaks and kind of keeps the field up, and hopefully we can grow this class. I mean, I really enjoy it, and hopefully we can get some more people to trickle in and make this a really cool deal.
Well, it's been awesome to catch up with you, Camden. I know that you stated it earlier, TJ and Stacy Winningham, your car owners, and a unique fact about TJ, 2004 champion at Southern Oregon Speedway. So not only do you have a lot of track knowledge, but he does as well as a driver and now a car owner. But any folks or any sponsors you want to thank real fast?
Yeah, I got to thank TJ and Stacy for letting me drive their car, Taco Delight, Linder Powder Coating, Stevie for turning the wrenches, my dad, Smoking Joe's Water, Rap Racing, H2O to go. There's a lot, DNS Harley Davidson, Don's Lock. There's a lot of people that pitch in and help us, and I'm very fortunate and ready to tackle another week or weekend of racing at Medford.
Well, awesome. Really looking forward to seeing you again, and I hope that it's a good weekend for you guys and the Winningham Racing team, and that it's successful in the best way it shapes out to be.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, that is going to do it for this interview. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit the like and subscribe button on whatever platform you found this interview at. It really helps us grow the channel, and we greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, we'll be back with more content and interviews in the future. Be sure and have a great evening or a great rest of your day, whatever time you're listening.